Hello and welcome back to the single malt review and our taste-a-thon of the Secret Spirits catalogue of drams here for the month of December. We are in day 2, we are going headlong into it now, there's no turning back. We got ourselves into this and we have to get ourselves out. So, without further ado, if you want to hear the rules of the tasting game that we're playing here, then please check out the previous episode, number 1, because I will not lay it out again.
Suffice to say, it is now Tim's turn to don a hat of mystery to put the secrecy into the Secret Spirits.
So I'll wrestle with the hat and Dave will wrestle with the very securely packaged calendar. We've had to employ a tool to get it to relinquish the bottles.
Day 2.
So Dave will reveal the bottle only to himself. He will pour the drams and then it will go under the tankard of obfuscation. Only to be revealed after the 2-minute mark, once I've had my 2-minute power tasting. Is it coming free?
Getting there. Oh, that is secure packaging.
Yep, as the one who had to dig the last one out, I can confirm it's exactly as hard as it looks to get those wee buggers out of there. They packed them in good and tight. So, no hints, no coaching. We'll do this.
None whatsoever.
Do a clean tasting exercise here.
I'll briefly show this to the camera. We'll have subtitles in case this is not fully legible. There we go. It's one of them. We're going for quite restrained pours here. These are, I believe, by and large, possibly exclusively cask strength.
Yes, I think there's a few that might not be, but it's definitely the rule. It's definitely cask strength. So
Alrighty.
just engineer that into my grasp here. Excellent. And please begin my timer now. So I will be guessing the nature of the spirit first. I'm going to do this by the book. So I can fairly confidently say this is...
Sorry, having some technical difficulties with your phone. There we go, and we're underway. Go for it.
So, with my cheating a few sniffs behind me, this is, I think, without a doubt, malt whisky here. I say that because it is also, I think, cask strength malt whisky, and to find a cask strength blend would be, I think, quite an aberrant thing to happen. So, beyond that, what am I smelling? There's fruit here, but it's much it's crisper and fresher. The last dram we had, that was a big sherry matured Auchentoshan, really weird Auchentoshan, really weird lowland for that matter. This one is a fairly typical nose, and it's typical of Speyside and Highland whisky. Which is of course the most useless thing you could possibly say, because therein lies at least 90% of the distilleries in Scotland. But so I'm going to have to narrow that down. Alright, here we are. Ooh. Oh, definitely cask strength. Dave, give me a wee slug of water here.
Sure. Now I know how strong this is, so I'll adjust water content.
Yes, give me a sensible quantity of water.
There you go.
Perfect.
And I'll do likewise now that I've tasted this.
Now, bourbon matured as well, I'd say. I think bourbon matured or quite a well-used sherry.
You have 25 seconds.
Oh, geez. Okay. What I'm getting is more sort of apples, pears, white fruit, so I'm going to say Speyside, but we're all guessing here. In terms of distillery, it might be a Speyburn, it might be a Speyburn, it might be a Speyside distillery, that's a very long shot, and it might be... It's just possible that this is a... Could it be Glenlivet? Could it be Glenlivet?
And time is up.
Okay.
You must lock in what you're choosing.
I'm going to lock it in. It is malt whisky, absolutely sure of that. It's either Highland or Speyside, but I've got to pick, so I'm going to say Speyside. Is it Glenlivet?
Oh, let's remove the hat and take a look.
Oh, that is...
Well, what's your guess?
I'd say easily warmer than it looks in there.
Any guesses on the strength and age?
Oh, age, I don't think this is... I think this is a whisky hovering around 12 years. But it could be, I'm going to say 12 years, or it could be younger. I don't think this is particularly old whisky, and I think the wood is... Actually, now that I get to look at it, that doesn't look so much like second fill at all. That looks like maybe first fill bourbon, but we will see how we go. So let's say let's say it's 10 to 12 years old, yeah. And percentage-wise, I don't know, let's go 57. 57 seems like a lucky number. Right, do the damage.
You were very right on a number of fronts.
Aha!
It is in fact a 13-year-old Tomental, so it is definitely Speyside.
Tomental!
13.
I was meters away.
It is exactly 60% ABV. And it is, as we see, a sherry butt.
Goodness, 60%. That's higher even than I was thinking.
Yeah.
Sherry butt, okay, so I had my wood wrong as well, but pleased with the malt whiskey and the Speyside. That is... I was never going to say Tomental, but...
it's an extremely Speyside flavour.
I think, geographically, Glenlivet is... it's pretty much down the road from Tomental, I think. I stayed in Tomental, so the whole area, named after, and Glenlivet is... it's in the country anyway, it's definitely around there. So, pleased with those ones. And this is a really nice Tomental as well. I think it's one that's going to benefit from a little bit more water than not.
It is unusually strong for
because,
Scotch
these
13 years age.
Because 13 and still 60%.
Yeah.
That was a well-constructed...
cask was hanging on.
Cask, that's for sure. And it's very crisp for a sherry matured dram, considering this is a single cask, so it's only ever encountered this sherry wood. It's really it's very fresh and fruity.
Adding water, though, has brought out a curiously bitter aftertaste. It's right on the finish, but I'm getting it quite strongly.
No, I see what you mean. That, I think, is the one area where the sherry wood is revealing itself, that slightly bitter, darker tannin of the European oak. Otherwise, yes, it really is kind of masquerading as a bourbon matured whiskey. It's really quite strange, but I like it. It's pretty dynamic. It's good with water and good without. I think with is probably the way to go here, just because, 60%, that's pretty tongue-scarringly strong there, but I think the flavours are a little more buoyant, lively with the water in there.
I've got to say, I'm not getting much bourbon cask character off this. I had the advantage of having seen the label before trying it, but at the same time, it's got so much in common with Glenfarclas, which is, I believe, exclusively sherry cask matured. So
that's the modus operandi, certainly. Yeah, that's a really cute little Tomental. I think this is probably the third one we've tried now.
Tried a few Tomentals, yeah.
No, there is somewhere on the internet, we should put it on Instagram, a photo of me standing next to the world's largest bottle of whiskey. I think it's actually in the Guinness World Records. It's something like 300 litres or something insane. And it is a bottle of Tomental, I think 14-year-old. They replicated the label and blown it up and everything. It, or at least when I was there, it lives in the Whisky Castle, which is a lovely whisky specialist shop in Tomental itself, where I would thoroughly recommend you drop by if you're there. Difficult to miss because there really is only one couple of streets in there. It's not a large village by any means.
Well, we're now 2 for 2 on surprising, unique, and very distinct drams on this Secret Spirits calendar.
And pretty. Oh goodness, where's the log bit here?
On.
Here we are. Pretty impressive in terms of the age as well. A 17 and a 13. That is not young whiskey, and especially in today's climate where whiskey is just spiralling out of control price-wise, that's very, very interesting to see these sort of seriously mature stuff coming out already. So props to Secret Spirits there. Please let us know in the comments how you did if you're tasting along with us. If you're one of the lucky people to have one of these yourself, then certainly keep score, and we'll see who comes out on top in the end. It may be one of you. You'll just have to keep your own honesty though, because we won't be able to exactly check your work. Make sure you've got your own official hat and your own official tankard, and that's all, by the books. A man will come around and vet it later, I'm sure. At any rate, we've probably gone a bit long here already. We've got to make sure we compact these videos down so that we can get all the way through December without running out of time completely. But this was day 2, and I suppose I scored 2 points out of 3 for that one. I'm going to say that's not a bad start, because my hopes of getting the third point are very low, because that's, very low unless I get one of the gimmies. There's a few gimmies out there, we'll get to them when we get to them.
Something that is so uniquely inherent to a particular distillery, it can't be anything else.
There's a really typical Klein leash out there with my name on it, just ready to guess. I know, it's coming. One day. Anyway, Cilantro for now, we will catch you in about 24 hours. We'll be right back.